And then if it's okay, you're gonna flip your hands so that your fingers point back toward your knees, and you're gonna go forward and back. Just start to smooth out the breath, long inhales, full exhales. And then stretch the arms long. Really long overhead. Keep the hips high and just drop the heart down. You can bring your forearms or your elbows down to the ground. You can lift your hands up if it feels good. And then come back through to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Come into downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here, smoothing out the inhales, smoothing out the exhales. One more full breath here. And step your right foot between your hands. Take your back knee down. Rise up onto Vinyasa, taking the arms to the sky, sinking down into the hips, lifting the heart, back ribs to front. One more inhale. Bring your hands down, tuck your back toes, straighten both of your legs, keep your back heel up, and just work this right leg towards straight. Doesn't have to straighten all the way. One more inhale. Bend your front knee with your exhale. Turn your back heel in. Warrior two, come up and around. Stretch through the fingers. Press the palms down. Press the triceps up. Let your gaze rest on your right middle finger. Push into your right big toe and feel the right knee move gently out toward the right pinky toe. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. You're gonna turn your back heel, your left heel in, bring your hands into your heart. Keep your right leg really straight and strong. Lift the right toes up, and then I don't care how low you sink, but push into that right heel. Really get into the right hamstring, to the left hip. Inhale, come around. Bring your hands down to the ground. Top of the mat. Step your right foot back. Take an inhale. Tip forward, chaturanga. Exhale. Up dog or cobra. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Pause and breathe. And then step your left foot forward. Right knee comes down. Vinyasa, rising up here. Push into the front foot, sink down into the hips. Lift through the hands, lift through the arms. Firm the outer upper arms in. And maybe draw the biceps next to your ears. Press into your front foot like crazy. Release your hands down. Keep the back toes tucked. And then straighten the front leg any amount. Rebend the front leg, turn the back heel in. Warrior two, up and around. Let your gaze rest on your left middle finger. Press the palms down, stretch through the fingers. Stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Push into the right big toe and gently move that, left big toe and gently move that left knee to the left. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Turn the right heel to the center of the mat and then sinking down, Skandasana on this side. Doesn't have to be deep. It can be really high up if this feels better for you. Find where you need to be. Nice and strong, not just resting down on the joints, but actively lifting up. Last inhale. And then when we're on top of the mat, hands down. Step back to plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Stay here, breathe. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, bring your feet to your hands. Walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, bring your hands into your heart and pause here. Feel your inhales. Feel your exhales. Root into your feet. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Smooth out your breath. Find that rhythm. Find the cadence of breath. Release your hands down at your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale, take it down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay there in your breath. Smooth out your breath. Inhaling, exhaling, nice and smooth. From down dog, lift your heels high, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. And hands into your heart, exhale. Again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, open up dog, inhaling. Down dog, exhale. Inhale to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. And hands into your heart, exhale. Again, inhale, rising up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Inhale to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward. Feet to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise up to stand, inhale. Draw your hands into your heart, exhale. Last time, rise up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep, exhale. Lift the knee a little higher, inhale. Drop it down to the wrist, exhale. Inhale, up to the tricep. Exhale to the wrist. One more, inhale, tricep. Exhale, place your foot between your hands. Crescent pose, rising up. One more inhale. Start to straighten the front leg. Keep the back heel lifted. You're just going to sweep the arms back behind you and bow over that front leg. Maybe lace the hands behind the hips. Keep extending through the spine, through the heart. Turn the back heel down. Warrior two. Unravel. And take your hands. Push your hands away like you're pushing the walls away from you. So palms pushing, fingertips up. Yes. Beautiful. Sink a little deeper. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Back heel turns in. Skandasana to the back of your mat. Couple breaths here. Last inhale. Bring your hands back around to the top of your mat. Left hand down. Turn onto the pinky side of your left foot. Vakshisthasana. Stepping that right foot back. You can stack the feet. You can put your bottom knee down. Wrap the right hip forward. Last inhale. Bring your hand to the ground. Chaturanga. Exhale. Up dog. Inhale. And dog pose. Exhale. Left leg back. Inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale. Lift it high. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale to the shoulder. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale up. Place your foot between your hands. Crescent pose, rising up. So front of the hips rises, tailbone descends, back ribs supporting you up. Stay high in the back toes. Start to straighten that front leg. Hinge over the left hip. Sweep the arms back behind you. If that's good, just stay there. If you want, place your hands the opposite way and then draw the heart further forward. Inhale, open. Warrior two. Back heel turns down. Push the palms away. Fingers to the sky. Sink deeper. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Lulu. Inhale, rise up. Turn your right heel in. Sink down. Skandasana, back of the mat. Come back around to the top of your mat. Right hand down. Come onto the pinky side of your right foot. Vashisthasana, side plank, opening up. One more inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a pause here, breathe. So we're gonna do that again a little bit faster. You've got tons of time still, so don't feel rushed. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep, exhale. Inhale, take the knee up higher. Exhale down to the wrist. Inhale up. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale up. Place your foot between your hands. Crescent with an inhale. Straighten the front leg, stay on the back toes. Just bow over the front leg, option release the fingers. Back heel turns down, warrior two. Push the palms open. And then rise up, back of the mat, skandasana, sinking down. Come back around to the top of the mat. Left hand, left pinky side of the foot. Consider bringing this right foot with you and that right hand, maybe extending it up. And then chaturanga, exhale. Open inhale. Dog pose, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Left knee, left tricep, exhale. Stay here, inhale higher. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, place your foot top of the mat. Crescent, rise up, inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg, stay on the back toes, bow over that front leg. Option, release the fingers. Back heel turns down. Warrior two, push through the palms. Rise up. Back heel turns in, sit to the back of your mat. Right hip goes deep, left leg straight. Stand up. Come around top of the mat. Right hand down. Consider bringing this left foot with you. Vashisthasana. And then chaturanga. Exhale. Rise, inhale. And down dog. Exhale. Stay here, breathe. If you need a child's pose, go for it. Stay with your breath. Right, high to your toes, inhale, come back to down dog if you're not there, sorry. Bend your knees, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Chair, Utkatasana. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Lift up through the heart. You're gonna pick up your left knee, rise up to stand. Cross your left ankle on your right thigh. And then sink back, sink back, sink back. I've got like feline WWE over here, they're wrestling. Two more breaths. Inhale, rise up. Take your left hand to your left knee. You're standing on your right leg, your left knee is lifted. Right arm out to the right. Breathe. Option to take the big toe and extend the leg out. You don't have to. So really strong in the standing leg and that standing hip. Inhale, open out to the left with the leg, whether it be the big toe or the knee. Take it out. Come back to center. Arms up, leg out. Big extension. Come back to chair. Really nice. Breathe. Inhale, rise up. Right knee lifts up. Cross your ankle on your left thigh and then sinking down and up. See if you can hug this left hip in and draw it back. See if you can deepen the crease of both of your hips. Keep this right ankle, that foot, super active. Inhale, rise up. Right hand to your right knee, left arm out to the side. Maybe take the big toe and extend the leg out. And then open the leg out to the right. Come back through center, both arms up, leg out, straight. Breathe here, breathe here. And then chair, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway inhale, chaturanga vinyasa, or just back to down dog. You choose how you get there. And then take a few breaths here. Just pause. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep. Stay here. Inhale the knee higher. Exhale, glide it down to the wrist. Inhale it back up. Exhale to the wrist. Inhale up. Place your foot between your hands. Crescent, rising up. Straighten the front leg, and then bowing forward. Same sequence we did last time. Good luck sneaking by. Warrior two, up and around. Inhale, rise. Back heel in, skandasana, sinking down. Come back around top of the mat. Option to take your first two fingers and your thumb to your right big toe. Spin onto that outer left foot, Vashisthasana. Stay with me. Bring your right foot back to the top of the mat. Reach forward. Pull your left knee into your chest, rise up to stand. Cross your ankle on your thigh, and then sink down. Stay here if this is good. Stay there if that's good. I'm just gonna slide back a little more. If you want, hands come down to the ground. Slide your shin way up onto your triceps. Wrap that left foot around that right tricep, right shoulder, and then tip into your hands, and then start to lift. Come back up to stand slowly. Left hand, left knee, or left foot. Extend the leg out in front, reach the right arm out, and then open out to the left. Come back through center, both arms up, leg out. Slowly take that left leg through to the back, hands down to the ground. And then from here, if you want to lift, you can take a little lift up. Otherwise, step it back. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Pause. Full inhale. Full exhale. Again, big inhale. Full exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Left knee, left tricep, exhale. Stay here. Inhale, lift the knee higher. exhale to the wrists. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale, place your foot forward. Crescent, rise up. Straighten the front leg, stay on the back toes, bow over the front leg. Warrior two, up and around, push the palms out. Inhale, lift. Skandasana, back of the mat into the right hip. Come back to the front of your mat, right hand down. Option to bring this big toe with you on the pinky side of the right foot, Vashisthasana. And then step the right foot back to the top of the mat. Reach forward, pull your right knee up into your chest. And then cross your ankle on your thumb. Sinking down. So same thing, you don't have to go anywhere. You can just sink down into it. If you want, hands to the ground. Wrap your right foot around your left tricep, your left shoulder, and then try to get both of your triceps onto your right shin. And then you tip forward. Come back up to stand. Left hand to your left hip to rise up. Take the right leg out, whether you have the knee or the foot. Left arm out to the left. Out of space here. Open out to the right. Come back through center. Both arms up. Leg out. Take the leg through, hands to the ground. If you want to kick up here, go for it. Otherwise, stepping back. Vinyasa. 2 downward facing dogs. Smooth out your breath. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. First 2 fingers and thumbs wrap the big toes. Inhale, pull the heart forward. And then exhale, draw down. Let the head drop, let the spine drop. Your legs don't have to be straight. Make it feel good. Take a few more breaths here. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Release your hands down to the ground. Keep your heels heavy. Walk to downward facing dog, keeping those heels rooted down. Take an inhale. Exhale, right knee into your chest. Place your foot forward. Turn the back foot sideways. Big, big, big bend in the front knee. Straight back leg. Back foot's rooted down. The heel's rooted inward. Your right arm can be at the ground on the inside or on the outside of the foot. Your arm can be on your thigh. Push down into the hand or push down into the forearm to rotate your torso open. Top arm, left arm extends overhead if it's okay. So looking for this line of energy from your hand all the way down the arm, through the spine, down that back leg. So really long. One more inhale. Stay here. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Good. So I'm going to give you an option today in triangle that I don't often give. You don't have to take it. So typical classical triangle, more shin or floor block. But if you want, first 2 fingers and thumb to the big toe, kind of our Ashtanga triangle. And then straighten that right leg, extending the left arm up overhead. Pull against the foot. So if you have the big toe, you're pulling against it, not to go down, but to come up, away from the ground. And then if it's okay, gaze up toward that top. Come here, baby. Love you. Bye-bye.
Come on, bud. Come on.
Inhale, rise up. Pivot your foot, your right foot. And then Prasarita Padottanasana. Dropping the head down, shifting weight toward your toes, into your hands. Use your hands to wrap the elbows in, to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Bring your hands to your hips. See if you can stay forward in your toes. Rise up to stand. Use the legs. Heels come in, toes come open. Sinking down. Got it. So we're going to push the palms away. Really nice. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Turn your right foot so it points straight to the top of your mat. Turn your left toes all the way so they kind of start to point forward. Wrap your hips around. So I don't care how much the hips come around. Really bring the torso around so your rib cage is pointing forward. Bend the front knee, straighten the back leg. Arms up, warrior one. Last complete breath here. And then release your hands down to the ground. Step back to plank. Come halfway down, chaturanga, pause. Come back up to plank. Halfway down, chaturanga. Back up, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, up, inhale. Chaturanga, this time upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Slow down. Pause. Big inhale. Left knee to your chest, exhale. Place your foot forward. Right heel turns in, right toes slightly angled forward. Side angle, Parsva Konasana. So hand floor, block if you've got it. Arm thigh if you need that extra bit of space, and even if you don't and you just want to make it feel really spacious and lovely, go for the thigh instead of the floor. Whatever is good for you is good for me. And then right hand to your right hip. Option to take the left big toe with the first two fingers and the thumb, and then rolling open Trikonasana. So if you have the big toe, you're pulling against it to lengthen out the left side of your rib cage. So rather than pulling it down, pulling you down toward the floor, pull away with it to wrap the chest open. And then with an inhale, rise up. Pivot your feet. Prasarita Padottanasana. Again, releasing the hands down, releasing the top of the head down. Any variation here. So if you're comfortable in a headstand, straddle up to headstand. If you want to change up the arms, you could take the first two fingers and the thumb, since we've done this a few times now. Take the big toes, and then take the elbows wide. Last 2 breaths here. And then inhale, pull the heart forward. Hands to your hip, weight toward your toes. Rise all the way up to stand. Heels in, toes open. And then goddess, pushing the hands open. Broaden across the back, broaden across the chest. Get down. Can you sink a little deeper? And then with an inhale, rise. You're going to turn the feet, so left toes point straight ahead. You can pick up the right foot, push the heel back. Give yourself some space widthwise, so don't be too tight roped in your feet. Big bend in the front knees, strong back leg, energize the arms up. Last inhale. Bring your hands down to the ground. Step back to plank. Take a pause. Take an inhale. Halfway down, chaturanga. Come back up, plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga. Plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. One more time, inhale, plank. Chaturanga, exhale. This time, all the way to your belly and release. Release the feet, take the hands wide off your mat. Hug the elbows back. Come into this version of Cobra, just drawing the elbows back, pulling the heart through. One more inhale. Soften down, exhale, bring your hands under your shoulders. Child's pose, pressing back and pausing here. Release the forehead down. Hands can be overhead, hands can be back by your heels, whatever's better for you. Just melt down. Let your breath deepen. Allow yourself to slow down. Slow your breath, slow your heart rate, slow your mind. Just kind of zen out here for a moment. And then inhale, come up onto your knees. So you'll do whatever you need to do. We're going to do Ustrasana, or I'm going to do Ustrasana. And if you would prefer to do another version of a back bend, you will do that instead. So hands at the hips, open up the chest, hug the elbows back, tailbone down, lift the heart to the sky. Maybe hands come to heels, but so not necessary. Lift the heart more. If you're taking your hands to your heels, lift away from the feet. Inhale, rise up. Sink back to your heels with your hips. Bring your hands into your heart. Soften the gaze. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. inhale. Exhale. Rise up, inhale, start to open up. And then you are back into your back bend, whatever that might be. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink back, hands into heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Last time, rising up. One more back bend if it's there for you. Any version. Open the heart. Inhale, rise up. This time, come into child's pose with your exhale. Just drop the head down, drop the torso down. 5 big breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Maybe rock your weight side to side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here. And beautiful. You've got a couple options. Obviously, you can do whatever you want at home because I won't know any different. But I'm going to give you a couple of options. I'll still give you 3. So dolphin, tucking the toes, coming into the forearms. Handstand, if you're comfortable handstanding, go for it. Or headstand. You can set up here for headstand. And listen, you don't have to go up. So if you want, instead of dolphin, you can do headstand prep without leaving the ground. So you can lace your hands. It's the same setup. Hands to biceps. That gives you the width of your elbows. Take your hands out. Lace the fingers, tuck the bottom pinky under so both pinky sides of the hands are pressing down. Take the very top of your head, bring it to the floor, and put the back of your head into the laced hands. Tuck your toes, and then walk your feet. And then push down into the forearms so that you start to feel lighter in your neck, in your head. Feel that arm bone pressing down. So that's your prep for headstand without going anywhere. It's what sets you up. I promise you, you'll know when it's time to go up because it just feels like you're ready to tip forward. Maybe one leg goes up. Maybe you start to float both feet up off the ground, but it really happens naturally. I promise you, I promise you. You don't have to force it. Take a couple more breaths here. And back down into child's pose. And just pause here. So I say this a lot. Receive the pose. How does it feel? How do you feel coming out of that pose? And this is how we make decisions about our practice. It doesn't mean that if something feels great today, it's going to feel the same tomorrow, but on any given day, how does it feel? And if you start to notice patterns with postures, like you never feel good coming out of headstand, and maybe it's not the right pose. You don't have to keep pushing it and pushing your body into it. I very rarely practice headstand because it doesn't feel great on my neck. It just doesn't. So this is where the biggest lesson in this practice is in how you respond to what's happening. How do you take that information and what do you do with it? Do you ignore it or do you start to process it and make really good decisions? Sometimes it's just a matter of changing alignment. Sometimes it's like certain poses they just don't feel good, and that's okay. From here, single leg pigeon or any other variation, bring the right shin forward, release the hips down. I like to rock a little side to side here, find my center, and then release the back foot, inching the back leg longer, and then releasing torso down. Inhale, lift up. Step it back. And then second side. Take your time, set it up. Last couple breaths. And then rise up. Then we're going to take our legs out in front, Paschimottanasana. Extending the legs out. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, drawing forward. Inhale, pull the heart up and forward. Exhale, melt a little deeper. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, release. Draw the feet into each other. Soles of the feet together. Hold the feet if it's okay. Lift up through the heart. Option to come forward with your exhale. Inhale, rise. Take the legs out wide. And then off to the left side. Left arm can come up and over if it feels okay. Any other version here, great. Inhale, rise up. Other side, over to the right. So really extend to come over. So you want to stay heavy in the left hip, but you don't want to have to force the sitting bone down. So if it lifts up a little bit, that's okay. Don't feel like you have to jam the leg down. But let some weight stay in that left hip. Now rise up. It's okay, just a quick brief 5 breaths through the center. If you prefer, just have your hands behind your hips and lift your heart to the sky. Try to keep your toes pointing upward. Now rise up. And now come onto your back. Slide all the way down. Happy baby or knees into chest, whichever feels better on your body. Maybe rock a little side to side. And drop your knees over to the right. Take your left arm up to the side. Just take an easy twist. And then switch your twist to the other side. Come back through center and then set up for Shavasana, or if you want to sit in meditation, you can rise up to seated. Let your eyes soften. Release all your muscles. Release your breath. Notice what you feel, maybe what you see inside your eyelids. Just soften into all of those senses, those internal senses. Allow your breath to deepen. Come back to your body. Start maybe from the breath in your center, and then start to notice your hands and your feet, your arms, legs. When you're ready, find your way to seated slowly. Move gently. And once you're seated, bring your hands together at your heart. Honor that you got on your mat today. It's hard to be accountable when there's really no one to be accountable to but ourselves. And you did it. You practiced, you showed up. Together, inhale. Bow your mind to your heart. Exhale. And now rise. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.